It's 2 in the morning, and you're sitting in the back of a black car that isn't yours, with a man you're afraid of, holding a bag you're not allowed to open. 6 months ago, you were nobody. Tonight, the whole city is starting to learn your name. This is your life as every rank in the Mafia, from the bottom of the food chain all the way to the top of the empire. And the only way out is up or in a box. So let's start where everyone starts, at the very bottom. You are an associate. You are not in the family. Not yet. In fact, technically, you're nothing. You weren't born into the right blood. You haven't earned the right to be trusted. And if you disappeared tomorrow, no one would ask why. But that's exactly why they use you. As an associate, you're the errand boy for men who could end you with a phone call. You collect small debts. You drive. You watch a door. You deliver an envelope, and you do not, under any circumstances, look inside. The money is real, though. For the first time in your life, there's a roll of cash in your pocket that you didn't earn slowly. And that feeling, that fast, dangerous money, is the hook. That's how they get you. Every job you finish clean, every time you keep your mouth shut, a made man upstairs remembers your name. You're being watched. You're being tested. And you don't even know it. Prove you're loyal, prove you're useful, prove you can be quiet when it counts, and one day, a soldier will vouch for you. That's the door. Fail, talk to the wrong person, or lose your nerve, and you'll never see the inside of it. But you don't fail. You climb. You are a soldier. You made it. In a back room, in front of men who decide who lives and who works, you were straightened out, made. From this night on, you're an untouchable within the family. Other families can't move on you without permission, and disrespecting you now disrespects the men above you. You have a crew. You have a captain you answer to. And most importantly, you have a job. Earn. As a soldier, you're the engine of the whole machine. The rackets, the loan sharking, the protection, the schemes on the docks, and in the unions. You run them on the street, and every week, a cut of everything you touch flows up the ladder. Keep the family happy, and the family keeps you rich. But being made isn't just a promotion. It's a debt. You now belong to something bigger than you. And when that something asks you to do the hard thing, the dangerous thing, you don't get to say no. Saying no is the one thing a soldier can never do. You handle your first real test. You don't flinch. And your captain notices that you don't just follow orders, you make money, and men will follow you. That's rare. That's valuable. That's how you get your own crew. You are a capo. Now, you're a captain, a capo regime. You don't just take orders anymore, you give them. Under you is a crew of soldiers and associates, your own little army, and everything they earn on the street flows through you first before it goes up to the top. You are a business owner now, and your business is an entire territory. These blocks are yours. The shops that pay for protection, the crews that move product, the debts, the deals, all of it runs through your hands. And the money is no longer a roll of cash in your pocket, it's a river. But with a river of money comes a mountain of pressure. The bosses above you expect their tribute every single week. No excuses, no bad months. The soldiers below you expect you to protect them, to feed them, to keep them out of prison. And the other families are always watching your territory, wondering if you're strong enough to hold it, or weak enough to take. You're a target now. Everyone wants what you have. To survive as a capo, you can't just be feared. You have to be smart, generous to your people, ruthless to your enemies, and invisible to the law. Do it well enough, long enough, and the men at the very top start to see you not as a captain, but as one of them. You are the Consigliere. You've been pulled off the street and into the room where it actually happens. The Consigliere, the counselor. You're not the muscle anymore, you're the mind. When the boss has to make a decision that could start a war or end the family, he turns to you first. You mediate the disputes between capos before they turn into bodies. You advise on which deals to take and which men to trust. You are the voice of reason in a business built on rage. And because everyone knows the boss listens to you, you might be the second most powerful person in the entire family without ever raising your voice. But there's a razor's edge here. Your power is borrowed. It lives and dies with the boss's trust. Give him bad advice. Back the wrong side. Let him think for 1 second that you want his chair, and the same influence that protects you becomes the rope they hang you with. You walk that edge perfectly, and when the underboss falls, there's only one man the family trusts to step up. You are the underboss, second in command of the entire family, the boss's right hand. If he says jump, the whole organization jumps, and you're the one who makes sure they land where he wants. You run the day-to-day so the boss can stay clean and stay hidden. The capos report to you. The orders come down through you. And when something truly serious has to happen, it's your name on it, not his. That's the deal, and it's a dangerous one, because you now know everything, every secret, every body, every dollar. And that makes you two things at once: the most trusted man in the family and the most dangerous. If the FBI ever wants to bring the whole thing down, you're the crown jewel. If the boss ever gets paranoid, you're the first threat he sees in the mirror. Half the underbosses in history ended up either in a federal courtroom or in the ground, put there by the very man they served. You survive the indictments. You survive the paranoia. You survive the war. And then, one morning, the throne is empty and the family looks at you. You are the boss, the Don, the head of the family. Everything, every dollar, every soldier, every block in this city answers to you now. You are the top of the mountain you started climbing at 2 a.m. in the back of a car that wasn't yours. And from up here, the view is incredible and terrifying, because a boss doesn't get to relax. A boss gets to be paranoid for the rest of his life. Every man who smiles at you is calculating. Every capo who kisses your ring is wondering how you'd look in a coffin. The other families want your territory, the government wants your freedom. And your own people, the ambitious ones, the hungry ones, the ones who remember when you were just an associate, they want your chair. You built an empire, and now you spend every waking moment defending it, from your enemies, from the law, and from your friends. Most bosses get maybe a few good years before the RICO case. The wire, the rat, or the bullet finds them, but not all of them. A rare few don't just rule, they become something more. You are the Godfather, the boss of bosses, a living legend. You didn't just run a family, you outlasted every man who tried to take you down. The rats who testified, the agents who built their careers trying to catch you, the young bosses who thought your time was over. They're all gone, and you're still here. You've become a myth, a name whispered with fear and respect in equal measure, a man who turned a roll of cash in his pocket into an empire that shaped an entire city. This is the very top. There is no higher rank. But here's the truth they never tell you at the bottom. Even up here, there's no such thing as retirement. You can't quit. You know too much. You've made too many enemies, and the crown you fought your whole life to wear is the one thing you can never take off. So you sit at the top of the empire you built, richer, and more powerful than the nobody in that car ever dreamed. And you understand the final lesson of this life. The only way out was always up, and up has no exit. So, which rank did you make it to before you'd have folded? Were you an associate who couldn't keep quiet, a soldier who froze, or the Godfather who could never be caught? Tell me in the comments. And if you want to live every rank of a different world next, subscribe, because your next life is already waiting. This is Ranked.